of the way so we can be more ready to play when the game starts. We feel like we've made an emphasis for 2 weeks to get a fast start. Maybe our guys are playing too uptight, so we've just told them go play and have a good time.
With Ashton Dorsey, huge factor against BYU. How did he go essentially from the doghouse with that one-game suspension to being Defensive Player of the Week?
Very quick, very strong, solid base, hard to block, getting in good shape, starting to mature on and off the field, and had a tremendous game. And with this running game Saturday, he and Keyston Randall will be keys.
Marquise Goodwin, what should we expect his second game back?
We feel like Marquise can play more plays this week than last week. He had the 40-yard kickoff return. He had a screen. We feel like he can make a huge difference in this game.
Okay, I'll let you wrap it up by filling in this blank. This game comes down to blank.
Field position, turnover, who can run the ball best and who stops the run the best.
All right, what is it going to mean when you get back there and you're back in the Rose Bowl, cited so many great victories and close calls for your team?
It's going to be fun for me because we've had both ends of the spectrum there. We win the national championship. We beat Michigan. We lose the national championship to Alabama. Major Applewhite gets his first game experience in the Rose Bowl as such against number 1 UCLA. Last year's game wasn't very good. So this will be an emotional week for us and a game that we need to step up and get Texas back on the map.
All right, well, first off, enjoy the view from the window seat, eating the pretzels, peanuts, and watching game film before the movies.
And
He's
listening
back
to the iPod.
Okay, I forgot that. I can't forget that. He's the coach. Don't forget about him at UCLA. After the game, join us here for Texas Game Day Final. See you later.
Texas returns home to 40 acres tonight, battle-tested and fresh off a win over nemesis Penn State. Tonight, the Longhorns put their 17-match home win streak on the line as they take on the Broncos from Santa Clara. Within the Austin city limits, it's Texas versus Santa Clara. Welcome to the Time Warner Cable Texas Invitational inside Gregory Gym on the campus of UT. It's the number 8 ranked Longhorns from Texas taking on the Santa Clara Broncos, who come into the tournament ranked 3 and 5. Welcome everybody. Chris McGee, along with 3-time beach volleyball Olympian and a former national champion at UCLA, Holly McPeak. Holly, let's talk about the Texas Longhorns. This is a program that's been to the Final Four the last 3 years, but here they are coming into tonight, ranked 3 and 3. What kind of team is Texas?
Well, first of all, Texas is one of the most physical teams in the country, but they're young. They're looking for ball control, but they've got all the weapons they need.
You hit on the head, young and physical, especially on the left side. They start 2 freshmen. Haley Eckerman, big-time future star.
Haley Eckerman, 6'3" freshman, brings a lot to this team. She's leading the team in kills 3%, but she does a lot for the team and can take over a match if her coach needs it.
Santa Clara, this is a successful program. They've been to the NCAA tournament the last 10 of 12 years, but they're struggling this year, Holly. The team looking for a leader, looking for identity. They may have found it in Catherine Douglas.
Catherine Douglas has done a great job. She was out all last season with an ab strain, come back really strong, leading this team with 3.5 kills per set. Her team needs leadership, ball control, and yes, they are looking for their identity.
The head coach for the University of Texas, Jarrett Elliott, in his 11th year, 3 straight Final Four appearances. He's only the 5th coach in history to lead 2 different schools to the Final Four. And the starting lineup for the Longhorns. They are big, as you mentioned, Holly, and physical, led by Rachael Adams, All-American middle blocker.
Rachael Adams led the country last year in hitting percentage. You have to get her the ball if you pass well.
You also got to look for number 1, Khat Bell, that physical freshman that we talked about on the left side. The 2 setters, Michelle Kocher and Hannah Allison, and of course their leader on the floor, libero, Sydney Yogi.
Sydney Yogi, back after a hip injury last year, kept her out of the lineup.
Head coach for the Broncos in his 13th season. No, that's not Tom Cruise. That's John Wallace. Great setter in his day at a UC Santa Barbara. Led the Broncos to the national semifinals in 2005. He was the coach of the year. As you look at their starters, Alyssa Anderson, she'll be a part of that 6'2" offense. She'll be one of the setters. Tanya Schmidt, great middle blocker.
Number 12, Taylor Milton, freshman opposite, Coach Wallace cannot say enough good things about her, wants to keep her on the court for 6 rotations, and has shifted his lineup to make that happen.
Another great atmosphere here at Gregory Gym, one of the best places to watch a college women's volleyball game.
I love coming to Gregory Gym. It has a nice feel, good size, perfect for volleyball.
The Broncos coming in at 3-5. They lost last weekend to UC Santa Barbara, North Dakota. They open WCC play next Friday against 17th ranked San Diego. So John Wallace, Holly said, I just want to get better this weekend and try to find that mix that we need. What better test than going up against Texas?
That's for sure. It's a big test, big physical test. They're definitely outsized by this Texas team.
And the Longhorns ranked number 8 in the country, coming off a big win this past weekend. A night after losing to Florida in 5, they played Penn State, a team they hadn't beaten since 1989, and they finally got that thorn out of their side as they won in 5. See if they can carry that emotion over, Holly.
Absolutely big win and big confidence builder for this young team.
Texas in the home whites will receive. We're going from left to right. Alyssa Anderson looking to dial up an ace, but Texas is going to keep it in play. We'll send a free ball over to the Broncos. That's Tanya Schmidt, senior middle blocker. She squeaks one through the block.
Santa Clara is definitely going to have to serve tough and take Texas out of their offense like they did on that first play.
Outside tight ball, and that ball is hit wide. Haley Eckerman was looking for a touch, and she got it, Holly, so it's 1-1. Jump float, Khat Bell. Anderson, back set. And that ball is stuffed by Adams and Eckerman.
Santa Clara passes the ball well, chooses to attack from the right side. Durquette gets blocked off her foot.
And an ace serve. Great jump float off the arms of Kat Douglas. 3-1 Texas. Bell goes right back at her for another ace. This one, a trickler off the tape, and it's 4-1 Longhorns.
Here you see Khat Bell's jump floats her, tips the top of the tape, and just drops in front of the Santa Clara passer.
There's a nice pass by Douglas. She goes for the tool off the hands, but misses, so it's wide. 5-1, Texas on a 5-0 run.
We talked to both coaches this week, and they both talked about the serve and pass game. Coaches always do when it comes to volleyball, but this is going to be a big test for both teams who are looking for consistency in passing.
Backslide, and it's stuffed.
You see this on replay. The setter telegraphs that back set. Big block for Texas.
Rachael Adams, she leads the country in blocks. That's why.
Absolutely. Texas has the size advantage. Santa Clara really needs to take a look at their offense, try and get their middles involved.
John Wallace said, let's settle down, ladies. We're going to call a timeout. Texas just stuffing balls. Rachael Adams, fill it and roof it.
Available at Cavender's.
I've never caught anything in this old pond, but what I am catching is live sports. With WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app, I get ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, and more live on my computers, iPads, and iPhones. Oh, fish ain't biting. Time to get the dynamite.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
Order your mini plan today.
Welcome back to the Longhorn Network. Since we last saw this Texas team, Holly, they went on the road. They lost 2 to Minnesota, but they bounced back after a big loss to Florida.
And I think that's a sign of maturity when you can bounce back after a tough loss in 5 to Florida, come back and beat Penn State in 5.
Haley Eckerman was named to the all-tournament team. And that tournament had Stanford, Florida, Penn State, and Texas. Those are 4 heavy hitters. We mentioned the losses to Minnesota. That was good for this young team. They went to a hostile environment at Minnesota, had to play back-to-back nights. Yeah, they got swept both times, but Jared Elliott said they got better.
I think it's good to be tested in the preseason.
Right out of a timeout, Catherine Douglas tees off from the left side. 2-7.
When we talked to Coach John Wallace from Santa Clara, he talked about if they pass the ball well, they need to get their middles going. And that's going to really open up their offense for them.
That all started with Sydney Yogi, the libero, making a perfect pass, easy set.
Rachael Adams kill. Hey, anytime you can get her the ball, you do that. Right now she's off the court, but anytime she's in the front row, get her the ball.
And for Santa Clara, I don't think the coaches wanted you to serve it right down the middle of the court at Sydney Yogi. That's the one person you don't want to serve. Good set outside, the freshman Milton. It's a soft block. Good back bump set. Eckerman takes a little off, and it goes back to the Longhorns. Back set. Palmer got it. And Holly, you see the celebration because Palmer usually doesn't play on the right side.
Sarah Palmer played libero last year for this Texas team. This time she takes a nice swing on the right side, cross-court swing. Beautiful for Texas.
Texas losing their big star in the first match of the year, Sha'Dare McNeal. We'll talk more about that as the match goes on, but Palmer having to play a different role now and doing a pretty darn good job of it.
Sarah Palmer is versatile. She was a great offensive player in high school. She's been kind of designated as a defensive player because she's a lot smaller than the rest of her teammates, but she's able to put the ball away.
Another good pass. Eckerman right there just showing the physicality, Holly. Just basically gets up and hits over the block.
Great pass. Allison delivers the set. Eckerman over the top of the Santa Clara block.
And Schmidt with her second kill of the night.
That's what Santa Clara needs to do. Run their middle. Make the Texas blockers honor that attack in the middle, and that will open things up on the outside and not give them such a wall when they're hitting.
Bailey Webster into the ball game for the Longhorns. She's at left front. Eckerman has gone out of the game. And Palmer hits it wide, so point for Santa Clara. 5 facing 10 here in the first set. Play to 25, must win by 2. If it goes to a 5th, you play to 15. And that's Alexandra Palmer serving it just wide. They thought they had an ace on it. Must have just missed the line. Sarah Palmer. Kailua. Back set. Dig by Palmer. Push it outside from 9 feet off his Bell. Off speed, Doug. Out of the back row, Douglas, and that ball's wide.
Santa Clara doing a good job controlling serve receive, getting the ball to their setter, just missing that back row attack.
Yeah, I like that play. It's in system. It's a good, nice set, and a good cut by Douglas, just wide. Milton. Ball sailing wide for Kayla LeMarie.
I think it's a daunting task when everybody knows the ball's coming to you and you've got a huge Texas block in front of you. Santa Clara needs to pass well and get their middle established.
Bailey Webster on the right blocking you at 6'3", and Hutson at 6'5", filling. Just right there, they do it. That is a wall.
Watch the middle blocker, Madelyn Hutson, 6'5", just staying there, disciplined, push her hands over the net, beautiful blocking technique.
Beautiful jump serving. Yogi will handle the free ball. Khat Bell will handle the rest. Texas rolling.
Beautiful attack by Khat Bell down the line. Again, over the top of the blocker. This Texas team is so physical.
Texas on a 5-0 run. They lead 15-5. The Longhorn Network's coverage of Texas volleyball continues Saturday. We will be here first at 11 a.m. The Longhorns face SMU. Action then continues at 7:30 when Texas takes on Texas San Antonio, UTSA. Volleyball on the Longhorn Network Saturday. You will be here, Holly.
We will both be here.
We'll take a little break. We'll watch a little Texas UCLA football maybe during our break, and then we'll get back after it. You see Eric Sullivan right now talking to the Longhorns. And E. Sullivan, a two-time Olympian. He went to UCLA. He handles the liberos in the defense.
He's a first-year coach here at Texas. He was at the rival team, Nebraska. And last year when I was here covering the match, he was with the Nebraska team. I think he brings a lot to this team.
Yeah, Brian Hosfeld, who's now the assistant at the University of Utah, left Texas, and Eric Sullivan took the job, and he said he and his wife Amanda very happy here in Texas and fits right in with Salima, who's also their assistant coach, and Jarrett. Listen, if you're going to live here in Austin and be a part of this Texas program, it's a good time, and this is a great program, Holly.
And Austin's a fantastic place to live as well.
There's Jared Elliott. He was the best man at John Wallace's wedding. And here they are on opposite sides of the net.
Back in 2003, best friends facing off. I like it.
Nothing wrong with that. And I think if you're Santa Clara, you're coming into this tournament saying, I want to play well against Texas and get better, and you need to win your next two. They have to go 2-1 heading in to WCC play. 3-0 would be a cherry on top. Love the back slide, and it works. Knutson puts it away.
Nice in-system play by Santa Clara. When I say in-system, I mean a pass that allows your setter to run this offense right in the setter's hands. Quick slide set. Knutson over the top through the seam of the block. (16-6). Madelyn Hutson, 6'5" freshman from Brentwood, Tennessee. Made it into the starting lineup. Love the high ball. What a set by Palmer, playing that middle back position, and Khat Bell does a good job. Now you're talking out of system. That's what you mean by out of system. When we talked to Coach Jared Elliott this week, he talked about out of system, which is a broken play or something that doesn't allow you to run your offense. And that's what Texas has been working on. They've got the athletes. Now they've got to practice that kind of a play.
Texas on an 8-1 run, and what they're doing very well, Holly, is serving to those corners down the line. They're pinning it line to line, deep area 5, deep area 1. Cross court underneath by Knutson, her second kill.
Again, that's Santa Clara running that back slide set. They're passing the ball well. Running that back set, and there's one blocker up, Khat Bell. Santa Clara beats them.
Dig by Milton. Palmer keeps it in. Another dig. Palmer, back set. And off the block and good. Kaylee Durkett.
Texas is a first ball kill team, at least right now. They want a great pass. They want to be able to kill the ball right away and not rally as long. I think That favors Santa Clara if they have a long rally.
And there's an error. No, they say it's off the block. And it was off the hands of Catherine Douglas. That's a good call by the official. Bailey Webster. Bailey Webster is going to be a dynamic addition to this team. Remember, she was the #1 recruit coming in last year, Holly, and she tore her ACL in practice just right before the season started. A huge loss, and they still went to the national semifinals.
I remember seeing her last year and thinking, wow, what a physical player she could be, and then getting hurt in the preseason. That was definitely disappointing.
She's almost back 100%. You see her in the lineup. Jarrett says she looks better every single day. That ball landed on the side of the Longhorns. They're celebrating it, but it is not a block. That is a point for Santa Clara.
Taylor Milton, the freshman opposite, running the back row attack. Lefty, that's a tough angle, and sneaks it through the triple block of Texas.
Texas is so used to roofing balls that they were just ready to celebrate it.
They did a pretty good acting job,
did.
actually. Looks like Texas is trying to really pass with 2 players.
Yep.
And then push one to the side. Palmer and Yogi are the 2 primary passers right now for Texas.
And remember, their #1 passer, Sha'Dare McNeal, starting opposite, is out. Tip. Scooped by Allison. And put away by Eckerman. 3rd kill of the night for Eckerman.
Nice out-of-system play. Sydney Yogi, the libero for Texas, steps in, delivers a nice set to freshman Haley Eckerman for Texas.
21-9 here in the first set. So much success serving. Khat Bell, she has that deep float. That was to area 1. Off the block, Allison with a dig. There's Yogi. Back bump set. Eckerman off the top. Broncos control it. Anderson puts up a good ball down the line, and it gets away from Khat Bell. Kill for Douglas.
Coach Wallace said so many great things about 11 in maroon for Santa Clara, Catherine Douglas. Just a leader, works hard, has put in all the hard work, and is really leading this team by showing them the way.
Free ball. Schmidt puts it away. Great set location by Alyssa Anderson, a kid that went to your high school, Mira Costa, in Manhattan Beach, California. She's a transfer from Villanova.
This is off a great dig. Nice 3 set by Alyssa Anderson to Tanya Smith for Santa Clara.
Eckerman with heat. It's kept alive. Free ball to the Longhorns. Khat Bell takes it with her hands. Adams puts it away. Crossbody, no stopping that.
Rachael Adams, #5 in white, one of the very best hitters in the country. Get her the ball anytime the pass is in a good location.
3 kills for Adams. Texas as a team hitting .474. That usually gets you a win. Dig by Yogi. The freshman with the tip shot. Durquette, I love it. Swing away from the back row.
Santa Clara transitioning and running that back row attack. Not easy, but having success against the triple block from Texas.
And a hammer cross court. Eckerman, 4 kills on the night.
Haley Eckerman doing a nice job hitting between the defenders for Santa Clara, but just high and hard, very physical.
And in comes Bailey Webster, as you see Eckerman take a seat on the bench. Michelle Kocher, the center. And Milton goes off the top. The freshman played for Coast Volleyball Club in San Diego, California. And they just love her game. And that's one of the reasons why they went to those changes. You've got to have a player like that playing all 6 rotations.
Absolutely. She can pass. She's confident, and they feel like they're going to grow with her. She's a freshman. She needs playing time and experience, and she's just going to get better.
Jump float by Palmer. Backslide to the freshman. Controlled, perfect block. Back set Milton. Looking for high hands, and it goes wide.
Good idea to try and swing for that 6'5" blocker in the middle. Madelyn Hutson for Texas just missed it long.
Set point for the Longhorns as everyone rises to their feet here in Gregory Gym. Little topspin jump serve by Palmer. outside for the win. Khat Bell to the corner. It's dug, kept alive. Great effort by LaMarie. They run a double quick, and Webster puts it away. Texas wins 25-13. Here we are on set point, Holly.
In transition, they're able to run Bailey Webster on quick. She's so versatile, uses her size, hits that deep.
We'll be back in a moment. Texas leading Santa Clara by a score of 1-0.
We're going to work.
One more.
No holes for the rats to crawl in now.
Lift.
Everybody's working.
Chest up, work your hip.
We got enough football players in here to win every game.
Drop.
You can either be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. We need solutions.
There we go.
And that's why you become a great football team.
That's how you do it, Luciana.
Texas All Access, Wednesdays at 8 on the Longhorn Network.
And what you're here to do is grow up.
There is nothing like Texas volleyball.
Yes, Rachael Adams with the kill.
Led by senior Rachael Adams, the country's #1 recruiting class is primed to make some noise.
What a shot!
We've got the action, the kills, blocks, and digs Longhorn fans have longed to see. Tomorrow at 11, it's SMU versus Texas. Then at 7:30, the Longhorns take on UTSA, only on Longhorn Network.
Well, us girls love Texas sports, and we thought since we have our own channel that we would do something to celebrate, and Barbara got the idea to build the stadium.
We baked it for more than 4 hours.
There's the band, there's Bevo, and this is Coach, but I don't think his legs turned out right. The Longhorn Network has all you care to eat football, plus a huge helping of other great stuff.
Welcome back to the Time Warner Cable Texas Invitational on the Longhorn Network. Texas ranked #8, winning 25-13 over Santa Clara. Holly, Santa Clara, a program that has had so much success in the NCAA tournament the last 10 of 12 seasons, and in 2005, a miracle run all the way to the semifinals. They beat Stanford in the Sweet 16 and then beat a great Arizona team that had Kim Glass, Bree Ladd, Jen Abernathy to get to the Final Four.
They had such an impressive run. So fun to watch. John Wallace in 2005 was the national coach of the year.
Yeah, they've had such a great program and a great staff as well, along with John and Matt Lyles and Dustin Moore. 1963 reached the 2005 NCAA tournament semifinals. You see that, 13 NCAA tournament appearances, and they were 14-14 last year. They struggled, but John Wallace, who you've known for a long time, I've known for a long time, he was a great setter at UC Santa Barbara, led them to the national championship game, and I know it's hard for him because he's trying to find that right mix, and he's not going to stop until he finds it.
You're right. He's a competitor. I remember watching him as an athlete. Great setter, great athlete, great team player. He says this is a special group of kids. Great chemistry. They're all dialed in. They want the same thing. He's just trying to find the right lineup for one and give them confidence as a team.
You see Will, assistant coach, and John talking right there. And that's the one thing about this staff. You know, I talked to Will and Dustin and John last night, and Matt Lyles, who's not here, but we had talked during the week. And these guys they're gonna find it. You know, it's frustrating at times. They're looking for that floor leader as well. Someone even on the B side, Holly, that's gonna make this A side go. You know, when you're in college, you got an A side and a B side. You gotta have the keys on both sides. You know, you got to have those role players. You got to have stars. You got to have that mix.
Well, you do A and B side in terms of having a great practice gym. You want to compete hard, and that makes your first team better. So I think they're looking for leadership, ball control. They're on their way. It's a tough task for Coach Wallace.
In Texas, on the season, Holly, hitting 200, they hit 458 in that first set. Great dig. That's O'Hara. And O'Hara, the libero, a perfect to target dig, we call it, right to the setter.
Santa Clara doing a good job controlling that dig and able to run their back row attack. Watch this nice dig. Setter runs the back row attack from the middle. Kill for Santa Clara.
Serving one, Khat Bell. 1-1. I like Anderson set in the middle from off the net, and that's a real nice area 4 tip. We call that area 4. That short spot, Holly, just over the left side blocker.
And Tanya Smith finds the opening for Santa Clara.
Deep float into that 1-6 seam, but it doesn't matter. Great pass by Yogi. Allison goes to Adams, and good night.
Hannah Allison and Rachael Adams have a great chemistry. Watch Hannah Allison feed Rachael Adams the ball. She gets low and pushes that ball up high to her middle attacker.
They have great chemistry, Hannah Allison and Rachael Adams, dating back to last season. And Schmidt, Holly, safe to say she's one of the smartest people in this building.
Maybe the smartest person we know, actually. Speaks 4 languages, went to Taiwan and studied Mandarin for a month and actually picked up the language.
She knows Latin, Spanish, fluent.
Spanish, Latin, Mandarin, and a dialect called Esperanto that we're still trying to figure out.
Eckerman off the block and wide, and we were talking about Schmidt. She's 5 of 7. That's a lot of success she's having against the best blocker in the country, Rachael Adams.
Well, when Santa Clara passes the ball well, they can isolate and get some offense out of their middle, and that's really important to Santa Clara.
Holly, you say this to 12-year-olds at clinics, and you say it all the way up through college and international. You've got to pass the volleyball. Serving and passing. You win that battle, you're more than likely going to win the match. Out of the back row, Khat Bell. Great dig by Palmer. Teeing off with no approach is LaMarie.
Kayla LaMarie, nice corner ball. She finds the opening. That corner is left open because the big block of Texas is supposed to take that away.
LaMarie on the board with a kill. Taylor Milton got the potential to be the best all-around volleyball player on the team when it comes to ball control, attacking, blocking, serving, and defense. There it is. Palmer.
Good.
Palmer maybe need to zip that a little bit more. What do you think?
Little quicker set, but good things happen when you run the middle. Even though there wasn't a great connection between setter and hitter, a little misplayed touch shot goes down for Santa Clara.
Great serve, but a one-handed save. That'll give a free ball over to the Broncos. Almost had an ace. And it's stuffed. Bailey Webster. Wow.
This ball is set 2 inside, and there is a huge block. Bailey Webster and Madelyn Hutson for Texas just camped out. Just lights out. No chance of getting by that block.
Kept alive on the pancake. LaMarie makes him pay. Holly, I want to go back to that play before on the jump serve. I mean, if you're Santa Clara, that could be deflating. Here you are, you're up 5-3, you have a jump serve, should have been an ace. Yogi sticks out her hand, and they end up roofing it.
It's tough. You got to keep fighting. It's all about long rallies and never giving up in this sport.
You can learn something from that play on both sides of the net. If you're Texas, just keep that ball in play and then put your big monsters up there to roof them. If you're Santa Clara, got to let it go inside out on the next ball. Kocher, nice high set. Beautiful out of system ball right there. Kocher puts it up perfectly. Khat Bell terminates.
Khat Bell, a freshman, is so vocal, great leader on the court. This is an out of system play set from the back row, but Khat Bell so physical. Nice, beautiful swing.
Good set. Alexandra Palmer from Laguna Beach Volleyball Club in Laguna Beach, California. Does a nice job of getting low, get those hands up, feed that middle.
Santa Clara is hitting a high percentage out of the middle. They need to continue to do that.
Some people might be watching and saying, well, what happened? Texas crushed them in the first set. Well, Santa Clara settled down. They're passing the ball and serving the ball better. Khat Bell, she knows the defense is on their heels, so she goes tip shot in front, zone 2. And we're tied 7-7.
Well, here you see offside out. She's covered on the block, and then Khat Bell again for Texas in transition finds a tip shot open right behind the block of Santa Clara.
You know, right there, Holly, you might as well give a block to Texas. You have Eckerman and Adams filling perfectly together. There's really nowhere for Santa Clara to attack, and that's what happens. You know, you try to attack around and it goes wide.
Well, look at the front row right now for Texas. Haley Eckerman, Rachael Adams, and Khat Bell. What a physical front row. Great blockers.
And there's really nobody under 6'3". You know, Khat Bell has an argument here. She's saying, I thought it touched the hitter. I thought it did as well on its way up.
It absolutely touched the hitter. I saw it, and I'm a little surprised, but the hitter's body was blocking the lineman's view in his defense.
In a great sell. Eckerman continues to have some success. She's got 6 kills on 10 attempts, hitting 600. 9-8 Texas. Back row attacker.
That ball was passed too tight to the net. Alyssa Anderson, the setter, is back row and had to jump over the net to try and save that ball. That's called a back row attack.
10-8. Love that jump float serve. With pace. Bell with a dig. Eckerman. Hard angle out of bounds.
Haley Eckerman trying to make that super sharp, hitting it just wide.
Serving 11, Catherine Douglas.
Catherine Douglas. 6'1" sophomore from Woodside, California. Perfect dig. Free ball to the Broncos. Did they go to Schmidt in the middle again? No, this time they go back to Milton, and Milton puts it away. No, they keep it alive. Back to the Broncos on the third opportunity. And the ball goes long.
Serving 15, Sydney Yogi.
Beautiful dig by Hannah Allison, the setter for Texas, to keep that ball alive, and then winning the rally with an air by Santa Clara.
Beautiful serve, deep zone 1. And Schmidt is stuffed by the freshman, Madelyn Hutson. You know, usually a team coming in playing this Texas team, the scouting report is, let's get them in long rallies. Let's dig a lot of balls. Right now, Texas is winning those long rallies.
Texas is doing a great job, and Madelyn Hutson, number 3, 6'5" freshman middle blocker, doing a great job blocking at the net.
Texas leading in blocks, 6-0.
Point, Santa Clara.
Scores 12-10 here in the second set. Chris McGee along with Holly McPeak on the Longhorn Network. Time Warner Cable, Texas Invitational. Alexandra Palmer back to serve. 5'7" setter out of Santa Clara. Oh, they run that little inside 2 from Eckerman coming from the left side, and she puts it away angle, 13-10.
Texas is doing a good job passing the ball, allows them to run their offense. This is a combination play. Eckerman hits that sharp angle and beats the libero, O'Hara, for Santa Clara.
That ball is thumped, but just wide by Milton. You know, when you saw that replay of Eckerman, you don't see too many 6'3" freshmen running combination plays from the left side like that.
You do here at Texas. They've got
versatility,
physical players and some of the best athletes I've seen playing the sport.
Great save one-handed by LaMarie. And they're going to call a mishandled set on Kocher.
There was a misconnection for Santa Clara. They were trying to run their quick attack, missed the hitter, And La Marie saved that ball for Santa Clara and saved a point.
And an ace serve by Taylor Milton, the freshman. And it's 12 facing 14 here in the second set. Santa Clara hanging tough. Palmer with a nice pass and a mishandled set by Kocher again. She's a senior from Wheaton, Illinois. Remember, she's been to 3 Final Fours.
And she's been a significant contributor on all 3 of those teams. Looked like the ball was a little wet and slipped through her hands on that.
Big run by the Broncos. And a block up at the net by Hutson, and we're all tied up 14-14. And the Broncos are on a 4-0 run.
Nice pass right here to Kocher, and then Hutson, the ball set a little bit low. Hutson needs to give her setter a little bit of room so she can hit that ball around the block.
That's the scouting report on Texas. They may have a big lead, but do not give up, stay in the game, serve tough, try to force them into making some errors. There's that tough serve. And a block, Santa Clara now leads 15-14.
Every time Taylor Milton's on the service line, Santa Clara's going on big runs. She's got a nice jump serve and a nice wrist snap, able to control that serve really well.
As the sun sets in Austin, the city limits, Texas is trailing now 15-14. Santa Clara leads.
Hey Texas fans, express your Longhorn pride with one of 3 UT license plate designs from MyPlates.com. Plates start from only $55, excluding personalization. Get a Longhorn or one of over 100 other plates today at MyPlates.com. Express your Texas size personality with the most popular MyPlates.com license plate in Texas. Lone Star Black. Plates start from only $55, excluding personalization. Get Lone Star Black or one of over 100 other plates today at MyPlates.com.
Long live Cowboys.
Available at Cavender's.
Although we honor our alumni, we don't recommend walking in their footsteps. Instead, we encourage you to run right past them. The University of Texas. What starts here changes the world.
Welcome back to the Time Warner Cable Texas Invitational. Santa Clara on a 5-0 run. They lead here in set number 2, 15-14. And how are they doing it, Holly? They're getting Texas out of system.
You're right. Santa Clara is serving the ball extremely well. Freshman Taylor Milton, number 12, doing a great job right now. And they're creating long rallies. They're staying in the game and forcing errors from this Texas team.
Head coach of Santa Clara, John Wallace, in his 13th season, led the Broncos to 10 NCAA tournament appearances. And Milton, after the break, keeps that jump serve in. Out to Webster. And Webster off the block and good. Now we had a substitution. Amber Roberson, who played a key role in last year's run to the semifinals, just got inserted. She's not all the way healthy, but Coach Jared Elliott said we needed a change, and she came in and settled them down.
Amber Roberson, number 18 in white. She came back from shoulder surgery in the offseason, but had a huge role in the season, in last season's success for Texas.
Palmer kind of loops that ball up. Hutson makes a good tip shot. You can see both setters, Anderson and Palmer, doing a real nice job of keeping those middles involved.
I think that's a really good strategy for Santa Clara. Keep those balls quick to the middle. Keep Texas on their toes.
Tough serve. Yogi does a nice job passing that ball. And Webster puts it away. The 2009 #1 recruit in the nation.
Bailey Webster, so physical, number 23 in white, so physical, great blocker. You see that knee brace on. She's coming back and regaining her confidence on the court.
That ball sails long. I don't know if people realize, I mean, Bailey Webster as a freshman was a big part of that team that went to the national championship game. Maybe the best match in all of women's volleyball. They lost 15-13 to Penn State. That was Penn State's third national championship. And then, of course, she tears the ACL the following summer. She was out all last year.
Beautiful combination attack by Santa Clara. Santa Clara's passing the ball well and really starting to get in a groove offensively.
You know, passing has been kind of a question mark for Santa Clara this season. You know, the matches they've won, it's been simple. They've passed well. When they struggle, the losses mount up. That ball goes wide. But you just see a Santa Clara, a little switch in their demeanor, their moxie on the court. That you see they have, all of a sudden they're confident, and just by even the way they're celebrating points.
You're right, exactly. That's what Coach John Wallace told us. He said, we're looking for confidence. We're looking for the right roles on the team and leadership. And right now we're seeing some nice chemistry between these teammates.
And Anderson's serve sails long. You know, Holly, it's expected. You know, these kids know who Texas is. They know that they're ranked 8th in the country. They know they've been to 3 straight Final Fours. So that first game, there's some jitters.
No,
you know, you're kind of a little shell-shocked.
I'd be intimidated.
They've settled in, passing the ball well. Beautiful shot. Yogi's there, perfect dig. And Eckerman into the net. Didn't have an approach.
Santa Clara doing a good job keeping the ball alive and rallying with this Texas team.
(1918) Santa Clara. Milton. And Milton chisels the block from the right side. 20-18 Santa Clara in a timeout by Texas.
Freshman Taylor Milton, number 12 for Santa Clara, not intimidated by that big block. She says, I'm just going to tool you, and uses the blocker's hands out of bounds for Santa Clara.
The Longhorn Network has you covered for Texas Game Day Saturday. First, get a preview of the Longhorns game versus UCLA at 1 Central. Then at 5:30 Central, catch all the post-game analysis and highlights. Texas Game Day and Texas Game Day Final on the Longhorn Network Saturday. Now, last year, UCLA defeated Texas right here in Austin. So you know that the Longhorn faithful have had that game scheduled, Holly, as they go to the Rose Bowl tomorrow. And the LonghornNetwork.com poll, which QB will take the most snaps versus UCLA Saturday? Will it be the freshman, David Ash, Garrett Gilbert, who's been the starter and got yanked last week, or will it be Case McCoy, the brother of Colt McCoy? Now, last week they were losing to BYU, Holly, and they yanked Gilbert out, and they put in McCoy and Ash. They kind of did a dual thing and let him back, and they beat BYU. So controversy at the quarterback position here in Austin. Adams. One of those weird plays, and it goes back to the Broncos. Broncos have a chance for a 3-point lead, and they got it. Taylor Milton, the freshman, is heating up, and Anderson keeps feeding her.
You can tell the setter for Santa Clara, Alyssa Anderson, has confidence in her freshman, Taylor Milton. Nice kill cross court.
Dig by O'Hara, great job. Free ball, do they go back to Adams or they go outside? Outside to Eckerman. Eckerman with heat, Anderson's there. And you gotta give it up for this Broncos defense. They're making Texas play.
They certainly are. On the first dig of that play, the libero for Santa Clara just put her helmet on and dug this hard ball, keeps it alive, and Santa Clara's able to get another shot at it.
Eckerman leads all players with 8 kills. The freshman looking for a touch. Doesn't get it. Texas climbs back 20-21. John Wallace now says, well, if my best man Jared Elliott's going to take a timeout, now I'm going to take one. Little gamesmanship.
You have to do it, especially when your team has a good chance to win this set.
Holly, one thing you notice about this Texas team, and you covered them a lot last year, so you can speak to this. When they're rolling and in rhythm and passing that volleyball, they just look unbeatable. But right now, you're looking at Kocher and Allison, their setters. They seem to be running all over the place. They're in one-option situations, meaning they can only set one person. That's when they struggle.
There's a lot of new faces on the court this season. We've got Amber Roberson coming back from her injury, and 3 freshmen playing a big role on this Texas team. So I think they're trying to find their identity as well.
And that says it all, Holly. They're hitting 458 through that first set. I mean, that's an incredible number. 182 this set.
That's a big drop. A 458 is an exceptionally high number. They were hot the first set. Santa Clara settled into their game the second set.
Yeah, you got to give Santa Clara some of this credit. Defensively, they're making Texas work by keeping those rallies going longer. They've also gotten a few blocks. And Taylor Milton, the freshman, has heated up. But, Holly, I think it's their serving. Their serving's been great.
I think it's their serving and their setter's decision to run that middle, force that middle more, and it's opening things up for Taylor Milton, who's playing on the right side for Santa Clara, who's had some nice big kills for her team.
Amber Roberson, all Big 12, honorable mention last season, just working her way back from injury this season. Jared Elliott's out of his seat. He says, I want a double, and he gets it. And we're all tied up. Blackjack's on the board, 21-21.
Rachael Adams, number 5 in white, the #1 blocker in the NCAA right now, takes that solo block for Texas.
So last year she's #1 in the nation in hitting percentage. This year she's #1 in blocking. That's why she's a first-team All-American. Oh, to the garden, I like to call it. Just right in the middle of the floor. Nobody's there.
It's a heads-up play by Catherine Douglas. Kind of a funky running out of system playing, just a roll shot to the middle of the court that drops.
High bump set. Great job by Allison. You know, if you're the coaching staff for Santa Clara, you got to be happy. Your freshman is taking a monster cut against the triple block, just missing.
I agree. She just whacked that line, missing it wide, did not find any hands of those tall Texas blockers. I don't know how.
That was a big play. It's now 22-22. Yogi pins the line. Perfect pass by Douglas. Where are they going? To the middle. Schmidt puts it away. 23-22. Broncos lead.
Good decision by Alyssa Anderson, number 7, the setter for Santa Clara, to run that middle attack, getting Tanya Schmidt, who hits a very high percentage, involved.
6 kills for Tanya Schmidt, for the Rhodes Scholar candidate. And Eckerman puts it away. Coming up, Holly, between sets, we're going to get to know one of the best middle blockers in the entire country, Rachael Adams. She is a great kid and a great leader. Great student, really that student athlete that you want at your university. 23-23, going outside, and Webster puts it away. Texas has battled back. They rise to their feet at Gregory Gymnasium. They lead 24-23. And Holly, Santa Clara says, let's quiet them down, call a timeout.
Good gamesmanship by Coach Wallace for Santa Clara. Settle down, one side out, and we're even again.
Let's talk about Haley Eckerman, Holly. You featured her at the top of the show. 18 attempts. She has 9 kills. She's hitting 389. Pretty good numbers for the freshman.
Pretty good numbers, and a lot of those swings have been out of system. That means that everybody knows she's getting the ball because the pass is not perfect and they're not able to run the rest of their offense.
They set at her. Look at her just step out. That is such a great block, pressing with that left hand. That is a shutdown blocker, Holly. Only a freshman.
And a lot of times Texas leaves her one-on-one with the hitter because they have confidence in her blocking. Here, she just hits over the top of the block.
Eckerman doing it defensively and offensively. Her last 3 matches versus Florida, 18 kills, Penn State 13, and tonight 9. Jarrett said he really thought she really grew up in that Penn State match. You know, she switches with Webster, so one comes off, one comes on. In the 5th, she took Webster's hand and said, "You're not coming back in." I mean, that is a great thing for freshmen to say, meaning we're going to win this match right now with me out here. It was a real big moment for as a freshman to say that.
Absolutely. You want to hear that from any player, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. That type of attitude is going to help this Texas.
Hey, you don't care
Longhorn.
who says it. If someone's saying it, you're happy.
Absolutely.
8 kills. She leads the team. Unbelievable. Kocher gets a break. It goes off the tape and off the chest of Taylor Milton. Unfortunately for the Broncos. Let's look at this, Holly. That's so hard to judge as a passer.
Here you see the ball just touches the top of the net, catches Taylor Milton in a weird position. Unfortunate error.
And Texas 25-23. And I believe we have Jared Elliott with us. Jared, kind of a tale of 2 sets there. In the first set, you're hitting 480, and in this set, Jared, you guys kind of stopped passing the volleyball. What are your thoughts heading into set 3?
Yeah, I thought we lost our concentration, and our ball control was poor, and we made poor decisions on the attacking side. And we made a lot of errors to keep them in this game, and we've got to be a lot crisper to end this match.
What can you do to keep their little strengths out of the game? How do you take over?
I think we're going to rotate a couple rotations to get on number 14, so we have Bailey on number 14, because they're running quicks every single time on a perfect pass and occasionally a back step, but they're not setting the HUD at all. And then we've got to be better out of system when they're running the white. So just some minor adjustments that we got to make. We know what they're doing, and we just got to focus a little bit better.
Good stuff, Jared. Thanks. Good luck.
All right.
All right, you heard it right there, Holly. He said what you said. They are set in the middle, and they're effective. We'll see as we head to the 3rd set. But first, we'll get to know Rachael Adams. Don't go anywhere on the Longhorn Network.
Birthing little baby cows is dirty work. But with Watch ESPN, I can soak up a full slate of college football wherever I wind down. That's a big coyote.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN Networks, live anywhere.
ESPN College Game Day motors to Tallahassee, where the top-ranked Sooners face a huge road test against the number 5 Seminoles.
On the road with a hostile environment, you're in trouble.
And how the Stoops brothers spread their father's legacy.
When he was coaching ball, it was his passion.
We sit down with the QB some are calling a Heisman contender. ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot, Saturday at 9 a.m. on ESPNU, continuing at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
Nice, fantasy scores.
From the early years.
I got a trade request. Let me grab an envelope. I want a timetable.
To the fax era.
So you just write up your lineup and boom.
To the dial-up days.
I'll take that trade all day.
Your fantasy team survived.
Honey, did you pick up the phone? I'm on the World Wide Web.
It'll survive pretty much anything. Sign up for free fantasy football at ESPN.com.
Welcome back to the Time Warner Cable Texas Invitational. We're here at the intermission. Texas leading Santa Clara 2-0, 25-13, 25-23. Now, Rachael Adams is a senior middle blocker from Cincinnati, Ohio. She's helped lead Texas to 3 straight NCAA semifinal appearances. She was number 3 national recruit as a freshman in 2008 and was selected as a first-team All-American in 2010. Next, you'll hear her talk about everything from being a team leader to her favorite TV show, including how she started playing volleyball back in high school and how the team has come together after some early season struggles.
My high school coaches actually saw me when I came to an open gym with my friend and asked me to play. And I was like, you know what, sure, I'll try an open gym and see how I liked it. And it just took off from there, and I never looked back. I'm a sucker for reality shows. I know it's horrible, but it's kind of like a guilty pleasure. I know I should like turn the channel, but I just can't stop watching it. Living in Austin, everyone's so welcoming and different and I guess you would say weird. And that's what kind of brought me here is diversity. And it's not just like one race or one type of person. It's like so many different types of people. You don't know what to expect and there's always something to do. And I love Austin and I'm afraid I might not ever leave here. To think that people look up to you or your teammates look to you as a leader and see you as an All-American is kind of crazy to me. But honestly, I'm so thankful for it. And to have my picture on tickets and calendars, it just kind of blows my mind sometimes. You know, it's kind of hard starting off the season with some losses, but we've learned to believe and trust in our abilities, and honestly we're getting better every single day, and I have like the most trust in this team that we're gonna keep getting better, and I'm trying to soak every single day in because each day is limited for the time that I'm here and gotta keep pushing.
The resume speaks for itself. The preseason Big 12 Player of the Year. She had 443 last year. That led the entire nation. She's a first-team All-American, two-time first-team All-Big 12, and she's currently the Defensive Player of the Week. But more than that, Holly, she's been to 3 straight semifinals. I remember this kid. I coached against her when she was in high school in club volleyball. I thought, wow, she's going to be a star, and she has done just that. I mean, to lead a team 3 years in a row is an incredible feat.
She's very impressive all around, too. She's also a low senior class candidate, and that's where you're recognized for your contribution to community, classroom character, and competition. So she's not just an athlete, she does it all.
And, you know, kind of a different role for her this year, Holly. She's now the senior. You know, she's always had Engel and Destiny Hooker and Julianne Fawcett. Now it's her.
You can tell she's enjoying that role. She thinks they're getting better all the time. She knows she's surrounded by young players, but she's going to lead them, and I think they're going to just continue to improve.
All right, Holly. Rachael Adams, we got to know her, and she is impressive. We'll be back. More Texas volleyball in a moment.
Returning to Austin. It's the most exciting televised event on Monday nights. This is Raw. And all the stars will be there. See John Cena battle Alberto Del Rio and CM Punk in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Experience all the action live. It's WWE Raw live in Austin, October 24th. Tickets on sale now. WWE, the best value in entertainment.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance invites you to register at datewithagreat.com for a VIP experience with Texas legends Quan Cosby and David Thomas. Date with a Great is exclusively brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, where moments worth covering are never accidents.
And then he'll get off his white horse and hand me a big diamond ring and say, Stacy, Stacy, I can't live without you. And he's gonna propose in a gondola. Butterflies all around us. So I met this really great guy last night. It's coming. I think he's going to do it on our trip to Turks and Caicos. Sure. Just how we always imagine. She said sure. She's going to do it. Hey, look, it's us. And they died there. Go Tiger. Go Tigers!
Order your mini plan today.
Welcome back. Time Warner Cable Texas Invitational. Texas leading Santa Clara 2-0 at the intermission. Chris McGee along with Holly McPeak as we take a look at the match stats, Holly, and what jumps out at you? What does Santa Clara need to do to get back in this ballgame?
Well, they did a great job in the second set. You see 17 hitting errors, but that really was primarily the first set. I think if they can rally, serve tough, put the pressure on Texas's passing game, I think they can have a lot of success.
Yeah, Santa Clara definitely had Texas on the ropes there during that second set. Texas hitting 347. That is a solid number, down from their 458 clip that they had in the first set, but still, you got to be happy with that.
Absolutely. I think Santa Clara probably gained some confidence that they were playing right with this big Texas team through that second set. Heartbreaking to lose it.
All right, we're going to break. We're going to hear from John Wallace from Santa Clara when we return. Texas leads 2-0.
Check out these seats for this weekend's game.
Scoring your dream tickets is no longer a fantasy, even on the day of the event, even if it's sold out. StubHub, where do you want to sit?
Get ready for kickoff with Texas Game Day.
That's what football's about. The crowd, the atmosphere.
Your stop for the most comprehensive pregame coverage. Joey Harrington and Priest Holmes join host Lowell Galindo for live, in-depth analysis.
The offensive line is going to be the key.
Interviews and special guests. Then bring it home with Texas Game Day Final for all the live post-game coverage. Texas Game Day Saturday at 1, then Texas Game Day Final right after the game. Only on Longhorn Network. Longhorn Extra is the place to get your daily dose of Texas sports.
You want your team to have a killer instinct, so when you got somebody down, finish it.
With the latest scores, highlights, and analysis, plus first-hand interviews with UT coaches and players.
In the first half, the defense played their guts out.
Breaking news, we got it. Injury updates, we got it. Players to watch, we got it. Longhorn Extra, weekdays at 10 p.m. exclusively on Longhorn Network.
There is nothing like Texas volleyball.
Yes, Rachael Adams with the kill.
Led by senior Rachael Adams, the country's #1 recruiting class is primed to make some noise.
What a shot!
We've got the action, the kills, blocks, and digs Longhorn fans have longed to see. Tomorrow at 11, it's SMU versus Texas. Then at 7:30, the Longhorns take on UTSA, only on Longhorn Network.
Welcome back. Before the third set, let's hear from Coach John Wallace. Wally, what did you like that your team did in that second set? Because a much different team showed up.
Yeah, Gator, I thought we competed real well in that last game. I thought Texas in game 1 was flawless, hitting over our block and really putting it to us. But I thought we steadied out. We learned how to swing a little bit higher, a little stronger. We controlled the ball better.
I thought you controlled the second set, had a good chance to win. How do you get over the hump and beat them?
Well, you're right, Holly. We did have a couple swings there by our freshmen to win that game right there. We just got to continue to work hard and put the pressure on their passing. We got to hit the right girl in their serve and continue to convert on their one-option passes.
Well, keep up the good work, John. We can't start without you, so get over there and coach them up.
All right, thanks, you guys.
All right. Thank you, John Wallace. And yeah, he's right. They had chances late in set number 2 to put Texas to 1-1, which would have been, panic time around here at Gregory Gymnasium. Taylor Milton was just teeing off on balls, just missed on the line a couple times. Another good serve, right out of break. And Durquette puts it away.
Santa Clara starts out this third set attacking Amber Roberson. Texas is missing Sha'Dare McNeal, number 14. She is out with a knee injury. She hurt that in the preseason. She's out indefinitely, but she's a key part of this Texas passing team. They need her. She's one of the best all-around volleyball players on this team.
Coach Elliott telling us he's going to mix up the rotations a little bit. Right now you see Amber Roberson, who's not 100%, but getting close. She was great in 2010, all Big 12. Tough jump float. It's going to be an overpass, and Eckerman's going to deliver it. She leads everybody with 10 kills.
It's kind of scary when you overpass the ball against Texas. You have Rachael Adams and Haley Eckerman, 6'3", 6'4", looking to just hammer that ball right back at you.
Yeah, if you're a little 5'10" Sarah Palmer for Texas, you just stay out of the way. They go at Palmer. Dig by Sydney Yogi. High up in the air. Good set by Allison. Yogi calls it off. Takes the free ball. Wisely. Adams. Off speed. Scooped. And a free ball. Back at Texas. Go to Adams again. Put it away. Oh, that ball is... We have two people calling it. One says out, one says in. They're going to go with the head ref saying it is out. 2-2.
Good rally by both teams to keep that rally going. I'll tell you, the libero for Santa Clara stepped in with her helmet on and popped up some good balls. That last play, Rachael Adams tried to turn it too sharp out of bounds.
You know, she loves that little cross body, kind of in that deep zone area one into the corner. She rarely misses that.
That's why she hits such a high percentage. She's got size and range and can hit the ball anywhere she wants on the court.
Sydney Yogi, Honolulu, Hawaii, Punahou High School. So many great volleyball players out of Punahou. And Milton, as Coach Wallace had said, learning how to hit off the block. She has done that, having much more success.
Taylor Milton, you can tell she's just a competitor. She's finding a way to get a kill against this big Texas block.
That ball is absolutely stuffed. I'm not sure Tanya Schmidt even knew it landed on the side of Texas.
It didn't. That's why.
The ref pointed down. It went underneath.
It went straight down. Tanya Schmidt did not seal the net, and it went down on her side of the net.
It would have been a much bigger celebration had she stuffed that. They go to the middle.
Nice.
She puts it away.
Nice middle offense from Santa Clara. They pass the ball well. Keep pushing that middle. Stress the Texas block. They're so big. You want to create some stress and make them honor all your hitters.
Alexandra Palmer into the ball game. Good bump set. Ball goes into the net, point for the Broncos, 5-4.
Kind of a broken play, difficult ball for Bailey Webster to get over the net. She was already too far back from the net to get that over.
I gotta tell you, Holly, as a coach on those tight balls, I don't even want them to go up.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, too early in the season. Tight set, good tip.
Madelyn Hutson, 3 in white, has improved so much. She played on the junior national team this summer, but Coach Elliott just talked about what a difference she's made in her game since January, really making some heads-up plays and improving every day in the gym.
Here she has a block, and it's tapped down by Roberson, her first kill. And you know, you talk about Hutson, and that's the one position, that second middle block position, that has been open, according to Coach Elliott. Whoever plays the best is going to get it.
Madelyn Hutson and Haley Eckerman battling for that spot. Madelyn at 6'5", working hard, making a lot of improvement in her game. She's just trying to get the experience to get into the lineup.
What a save! Back to the Broncos! Palmer. Oh, I've seen that too many times coaching against that youngster when she was at Laguna Beach. Over on 2.
Texas scrambles to keep this ball alive. And then in transition, Alexandra Palmer with a little dump set over the net to end that long rally.
And Hutson, power tips it down for a kill. You know, even though Santa Clara got that point on the previous play, I liked the way Texas kept that ball alive. You know, if they're a team that, of course, they're physical and they're, as you say, you know, they want to kill that ball right away, but if they can create some rallies defensively, get that kind of mentality, they're going to be pretty darn good when the season goes on.
I agree. They have the physicality. Some of the players don't have as much experience in terms of ball control and defense, but they've got the athletes and they're going to learn.
Marie back to serve. That assistant ball. Palmer with a nice set. Dig by Sydney Yogi. Kocher puts up a good bump set, and Roberson shot just wide.
Amber Roberson trying to find her confidence, her shoulder strength coming back from off-season surgery. She's going to get better every match. She's going to get confidence. Her shoulder's going to get stronger.
Santa Clara leads by 1. Now it's tied up. Roll shot into the triple block. Webster throws it down.
We talked about Bailey Webster with her coach Jared Elliott this week. She has a 30-inch standing vertical jump. She just is able to shut people down at the net. Look at on the right side of the court for Texas, our left.
Palmer, real nice job turning her body so she stays out of the net. Good backslide.
Dana Knutson, number 13, able to tool the block of Texas, using the blocker's hands out of bounds.
That was silly. Great set.
That was 3-foot line, sharp angle from the middle of the court. Watch this, it starts on a great pass. It's a little tight, but look at the angle from Rachael Adams. She stays behind the ball, so physical.
Great shot right there by Douglas, but when you talk about Rachael Adams' attack, there are some plays, Holly, where you say it's undiggable. There's no way anyone's ever going to dig that because you're not going to be there.
Well, if you gave me a helmet, I might run into that zone, but otherwise, that's dangerous.
Combination play. Eckerman is dug by Durquette, but then Durquette is roofed by Adams and Eckerman.
The leading blocker in the country right now, Rachael Adams, 5 in white, shows us why. Back row attack, which is tough to time, but a disciplined block move, hands over the net. Beautiful block execution by Texas.
Leads the nation, 1.75 blocks per set. She already has 5 total blocks tonight. Sydney Yogi with 8 digs. Cross-court serve into the seam. Milton. That ball goes wide.
Milton saw the opening down the line, just turned that ball a little too sharp, hitting it wide.
Schmidt's been having success. She gets a tight set, she tips it. Yogi calls it off. Back bump set. Eckerman buries it cross court. Hard angle with heat.
Haley Eckerman, wow.
Take cover.
Catherine Douglas had moved in to play defense, and I think she was a little surprised at the range on this hit. You see her on the right side of the screen. Just caught that ball high.
Freshman, that's all right, freshman. You know, Amber Roberson has been playing for Khat Bell. Let's take a look at this block first, Holly. Perfect triple block. Great discipline as blockers.
Definitely.
10 blocks to 2. You know, Khat Bell got taken out midway through that second set, and Amber Roberson has come in, and I kind of look over that Texas bench, and Khat Bell is the one person cheering the loudest. I love that from the freshman. Because the other freshman is teeing off as well.
Exactly. Well, Coach Jared Elliott told us what a special player Khat Bell is. She's the emotional leader. She's vocal. She loves to lead and motivate players. And if she's not on the court, that doesn't mean she's done motivating. She's cheering loud from the sideline.
Dig by Roberson. Eckerman, who's on fire, keeps it in. Durquette. Roll shot dug, kept alive. Back set, Milton, and she puts it away. 11 facing 14.
Santa Clara is so confident in freshman Taylor Milton, number 12. So confident in transition to end this big rally. Finds the hole in that big Texas block. Kills Santa Clara.
Coach Elliott says this is the deepest team he's had. Ball sails long, and Texas leads 15-11. And we go to break. The Longhorns open it up 15-11 against Santa Clara. We'll be back in a moment.
Available at Cavender's.
I've never caught anything in this old pond, but what I am catching is live sports. With WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app, I get ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, and more live on my computers, iPads, and iPhones. Oh, fish ain't biting. Time to get the dynamite.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
Commitment. Dedication. Hard work. Pride. Intensity. This is Texas football.
Welcome back. The Longhorn Network's coverage of Texas volleyball continues Saturday 1st, 11 a.m. The Longhorns face SMU. Action continues at 7:30 Central when Texas takes on Texas San Antonio. Volleyball on the Longhorn Network Saturday. Holly, get inside John Wallace's head. What is he telling his team at 15-11 in the third?
Well, basically, hey, we can hang with these players. Let's pass. Let's execute our middle, get our middle back involved in this game. They've gone a little away from that in this third set and give their team a fighting chance to win the set.
The senior, Michelle Kocher. Ball soft block. Anderson puts it up. That ball's into the antenna, point to Texas.
That ball hit the antenna on the spike attempt. Texas ball.
Kocher was the 2008 Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Setter, 3 Final Four teams. I like that. It's a good cut. Roberson just hits her long, and she was that setting tandem with Ashley Engel back when they played the national championship and with Hannah Allison last year. So Kocher, you know, the senior leader along with Adams on this team. And when they get Roberson healthy as well, you saw right there, that's a good cut. It's going to be a dangerous Texas team.
I agree, and I think all the freshmen are just going to improve match by match in terms of confidence and experience.
Good pass. How about Palmer? They don't go to her often, but when they do, she delivers. And the bench, Holly, loved it. Everybody jumping up and down.
Michelle Kocher delivered a nice ball to Sarah Palmer, who just hammered that ball line.
Yeah, I agree. Credit Kocher. Setting up Palmer perfectly, getting her in a one-on-one situation. Another error. Milton kind of on that inside low set. That's a tough one to deal with.
Especially when you've got 23 in white Bailey Webster looming in front of you with her 30-inch vertical.
Smart timeout by Coach Wallace. Don't let it get away at 18-12.
I agree.
Texas leading. For the Longhorns, Holly, you know, you'd mentioned at the top. What a big, young, physical ball club. And this is a team, you know, Jared said it in the beginning of the year, it's not about us going undefeated through the preseason. I knew we weren't. I wanted us to be in big-time situations, hostile environments, playing top 10 teams. They did that. They came out 3-3, but they learned along the way.
Absolutely. Those are lessons that are going to benefit them as the season goes on. I think it's nice to be tested in the preseason. You don't want to go undefeated, have some phenomenal record, go to the NCAAs and be upset. You don't want that. So it's nice to be tested in the preseason and see what your team's all about.
And with Nebraska moving to the Big Ten, they now have to get tested a lot out of conference because you don't have those 2 matches to look forward to. And you see Eric Sullivan, one of the assistant coaches, along with Salima, who you know Salima. Used to be Salima Davidson, now it's Salima Rockwell, but she was a great setter at Penn State back in her day. So such a great staff. And you know, there's a lot of talk right now, Holly, about where will Texas end up. There's a lot of talk about the conferences and where are people going to go and realignment.
A lot of talk. I don't think anybody really has a good idea of where they're going to go. The Pac-12, Big 12.
ACC or the Big Ten, and this is what it looks like for women's volleyball. The Big Ten right now, 4 top 10 teams. That is an impressive number. The Pac-12, of course, always considered at the top, and then there's the Big 12 and the ACC. Obviously, if Texas was to go to the ACC, they would then become the dominant team in that conference.
Which, I don't know if that's good. Do you want to dominate your conference, or do you want some competition to push you to get better?
Good question, Holly McPeak. That ball gets away from Palmer. So the timeout works, 13-18.
And Santa Clara's best server on the line.
Taylor Milton got him going in the second set, got him on a 5-0 run, and it was a set they almost won. They lost 25-23. We'll see if she can get it going again. Cross court at Roberson. Down ball, Yogi steps in. Bump set out to Webster. Webster off the block. Milton with a high dig. Palmer outside. LaMarie, dug by Yogi. A beautiful tip shot by Durquette, just over the block, area 4.
Big kill. She knew there was an opening behind that big block. Durquette finds it.
Perfect pass. Roberson, long, 15-18. And in comes Khat Bell, and Amber Roberson will take a seat. And that's the luxury you have if you're Jared Elliott, and you have, in his words, the deepest team we've had in quite some time, if ever. All 12 players can play. They've never had that. Webster, scooped, pushed outside. LaMarie has a chance. Looking for a touch, not going to get one. That would have been a big point for the Broncos.
LaMarie's having a tough night for Santa Clara, just not finding her offense. It's tough when you have a big block in front of you every time. No easy kills.
Khat Bell reads the slide, stepped out, stuffed it.
Beautiful footwork by Khat Bell, number 1 in white. She gets her feet there and then boom, presses her hands over the net.
Love that shot. Great job by the truck. They saw that footwork, the crossover step. I'm telling you, Holly, I have flashbacks. She did that to my teams for 2 years when she was at Laguna Beach Volleyball Club. You want your defense to be ready.
It's a gutsy
but
play.
They're not. It is gutsy. Because if it doesn't go, you're getting yelled at.
Yeah, absolutely.
The coach is going to say, set your hitters. Good set. Khat Bell puts it away. You got to be impressed with Khat Bell, the freshman. She sat a long time, came in, got a roof, and then a kill.
Watch the physicality of Khat Bell. Number 1 in white. Boom, sharp angle with some heat.
21-16. Hannah Allison from Arkansas. Set with the serve. That ball's crushed. Knudsen.
Dana Knudsen just gets on top of the ball. That's probably one of her best connections of the night.
Hutson with 6 kills. Had to go along with Schmidt's 7, so 13 kills out of the middle tonight in the first 3 sets by Santa Clara. Adams, dug by O'Hara. Adams, nice bump set. Catherine Douglas, she's had success tonight.
Bridget O'Hara, the libero for Santa Clara, doing a good job staying in there, digging some nice balls, and then that nice transition set to Catherine Douglas to end that rally for Santa Clara.
O'Hara leads everybody with 11 digs. 7 kills for Douglas. Make it 12 digs. Milton keeps it alive. Anderson sends it over.
Rachael Adams, number 5. Look at the range. She just gets up high, snaps high with some power, little turn on the ball for a kill.
She has that power shot, Holly. She has cross body. She's so dangerous attacking out of the middle. Schmidt, tip, kept alive by Allison. Yogi sets Khat Bell. And the Broncos with a dig. Tight ball. And Douglas terminates it off the block.
Nice rally by Santa Clara to stay in that rally. Some nice digs. Keep it alive so Catherine Douglas can put this ball away using the block of the smallest blocker on the court for Texas, Pullman.
That ball's put away by Eckerman.
Haley Eckerman is matched up against Taylor Milton, who's only 5'11". There's definitely a size advantage there for Texas.
14 kills on the night for Haley Eckerman, the freshman. 23-19. I hate to see it, but called out of rotation. John Wall's going to talk to down referee Richard Blue about it. You know, John, I talked to you about changing things around. This is a new lineup. The setters are coming in for middle, so they worked on this last night.
They've been doing it 2 days, and that's tough. It's a new rotation, new lineup, trying to figure out where they line up and what serve receive looks like.
You know, and if you're Santa Clara, you don't want to see it right now, but you'd rather see it tonight when you're first learning it as opposed to next Friday night when they're going to open up against San Diego. Conference opener. San Diego ranked number 17 in the country. I mean, your conference is important. You know, that's what really, really matters to Santa Clara.
I agree. Preseason's important, but this is where you get ready for conference.
Santa Clara, 3-5. They've struggled this year, coming off a 14-14 season. And Holly, they've been competitive tonight.
I think they played really well. I think Coach Wallace is going to be pleased with some of the progress he saw. They've battled. They've dug some good balls. They've rallied.
You know what's a big match for them? Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. they have to play Texas San Antonio, a team that's, you know, made it to the tournament last year. They're going to be sleeping on a time zone where they're used to be sleeping. You know, they're pretty much playing at home or close to it. So that's going to be a big game for Santa Clara. You got to wake up and play at 9 a.m. Remember, it's a 2-day tournament. You play 3 matches. Texas has 2 tomorrow. They play SMU, then Texas San Antonio at night. Both matches will be on the Longhorn Network.
It will be a good test for Santa Clara for sure, and hopefully they've gained some confidence from this battle with Texas.
Texas leading 24-19. Texas is going to have a free ball for the match to move to 4-3. Eckerman Kept alive by Anderson. Eckerman. Why not? Eckerman, her 15th kill of the match. Texas wins 25-19.
Haley Eckerman with that powerful cross-court swing. Tough to stop.
18th straight home victory. And here's how it ended.
We saw this a couple times off the dig. Allison sets to freshman Haley Eckerman. Sharp angle with power.
Eckerman, 15 kills on the night. Man, she has hit that hard angle ball a couple of times tonight. Real tough to defend that. I love the dig by Khat Bell, right to target. 3-option pass.
And Allison able to get that ball in perfect position for Eckerman to just crush this ball sharp angle.
You know, at the pins, Holly, you look at Eckerman and Khat Bell and Webster, and Roberson. I mean, these young ladies are hitting high. As the Eyes of Texas plays, we'll listen in. Great tradition here in Austin. Another good crowd here tonight at Texas. 25-13, 25-23, 25-19. And as I was saying before the Eyes of Texas, you look at the pin hitters for this team, and boy, do they hit at a high clip. High above the net.
High above the net, the athleticism. I don't think anybody's got that type of athleticism on their team.
We're joined by the winning coach, Jared Elliott. Jared, a 3-set victory over your good friend, John Wallace. What did you learn about his team tonight, Jared?
Well, I thought they played a lot steadier after game one. You know, they're trying to find a rhythm. It was a different lineup that they've thrown out there before. And, you know, they did a nice job. Their middles hurt us early on. And, you know, I thought they did a good job with their game plan.
What do you take away from this match for your team?
I take a lot. I mean, we've got to be more focused and more diligent about the process that we're approaching the game. And, you know, our service team's got to be better. Our settings got to be better. And the way that we're attacking and getting balance has to be better. But, you know, we're a young team. We're very athletic. And, you know, we just need to steady out and learn from this. And when you're young, sometimes you have emotional up and downs and have to learn from this. And you have to learn from that and get steady.
Jared, one thing Holly and I were talking about was that this is your deepest team, according to you. We saw that tonight. Roberson, who's not 100% healthy, was able to come in for Khat Bell, play pretty well, and then when she struggled, you brought in Khat, and she played great at the end.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to have that kind of luxury is nice as a coach, and as soon as we get Sha'Dare and Bannister back, it's even going to be even better for us. So we're pleased with that. The team is working hard, and it's, you know, we know that we have to be patient, keep teaching, because by the end of the year, we're one of the most physical teams in the country. We just have to become better volleyball players.
All right, Jared, we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, good job. Yeah, you talk about a luxury, Holly. Being able to take someone out if they're struggling, and you put someone that almost touches 11 feet in. That's got to feel pretty good.
That's for sure. So physical and so deep.
Holly, the star of the match is the person that you talked about at the Open. That is Haley Eckerman. What a night for Haley. Haley, congratulations first off. How important was it for you to come in tonight, coming off that big win from Penn State, and have that emotion that you had?
We all knew that, yeah, it was a good win versus Penn State, but we knew that the season wasn't over. We had to go out and work hard and come into practice and play our game and continue to go on.
How do you feel as a freshman? You've become a major contributor to this team. How confident are you after you get match by match under your belt?
I think all of us know that we have to go in, and no matter what match it is, no matter what team it is, that we have to go out and do our best and play our game.
Well, your numbers keep improving match by match. You had a big weekend last weekend and tonight as well. That sharp angle that you're hitting is pretty tough to stop.
Nasty.
How do you feel going into the 2 big matches tomorrow?
All of us know that, yeah, this is a win, but we got to go out and keep fighting and continue to work hard.
All right, Haley, you look like you're having fun out there tonight. Congratulations. We'll see you in the morning.
Thank you.
All right, Haley Eckerman. Texas wins by a score of 3-0. Tune into the Longhorn Network tomorrow for more volleyball action at 11 a.m. as Texas takes on SMU. Tonight, they battled good friends John Wallace and Jarrett, but in the end, it was all Texas. Coming up next, Texas Traditions. For Holly McPeak and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Chris McGee. Good night from Austin, Texas. We'll see you tomorrow.
And then he'll get off his white horse and hand me a big diamond ring and say, Stacy, Stacy, I can't live without you. And he's gonna propose in a gondola with butterflies all around us.
So I met this really great guy last night. It's coming. I think he's gonna do it on our trip to Turks and Caicos. Sure. This is just how we always imagined. She said sure, she's gonna do it. Hey, look, it's us. And they right there. Look at that. Go Tiger. Go Tiger.
We're going to work.
One more.
No holes for the rats to crawl in now.
Lift.
Everybody's working.
Chest up, work your hip.
We got enough football players in here to win every game.
Drop.
You can either be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. We need solutions.
There we go.
And that's why you become a great football team.
That's how you do it, Luciano.
Texas All Access, Wednesdays at 8 on the Longhorn Network.
And what you're here to do is grow up.
Bevo loves Texas. That's why he's so happy about the Longhorn Network. 24-hour coverage of all things UT. Bevo barely controls excitement.
Coming up on Longhorn Network. The University of Texas has many long-standing traditions.
The favorite tradition to me at the University of Texas is the hook'em sign because you don't even have to say hello. It's sacred.
From the hook'em horns hand sign to the world's largest Texas flag, the Longhorns show their school spirit in all that they do.
There's only 50 people a week maybe that get to be on the field and do this.
Learn the history of Smokey the Cannon and where it's not allowed to travel.
I know in California for the Rose Bowl, Smokey's actually considered a weapon, so we're not allowed to bring it there.
And being wheeled onto the field is Big Bertha, the world's largest bass drum.
What's the hardest part about being a member of Bertha Crew?
When you get to spinning, you don't pick up your feet. You'll catch your feet on the turf, and it just pulls you right down.
Bevo says, hey, easy there, big fella.
And finally, we'll teach you the history of the Longhorns mascot Bevo.
They snuck on the ranch in Brandon 13-0, and a lot of people believe that that's how Bevo got his name.
It's all coming up on Texas Traditions.
Welcome to Longhorn Network. I'm Samantha Steele.
And I'm Kevin Dunn. The University of Texas at Austin was founded in 1883. In the last 100